Hi, it's your $2 Tuesday movie critic here with another segment of looking at the nominations for the Oscars 2023. Okay, so this time I'll be looking at the category of writing original screenplay. Now, there were a lot of good nominations. Some of them, um, I honestly, with writing, because that's one of my favorites as well. Um, I am very, very critical of it. At the same time, I've tried to be very understanding of where a writer is going. Now, of course, I wasn't able to read any of these screenplays, so that put me at a disadvantage. So I just have to look at what was on the screen and what I think the writer was trying to convey with their words. Okay, so let's just try it. Okay, and see what I come up with. The first nomination goes to Triangle of Sadness, written by Ruben Ostlund. The basics of writing a story is there should be first a theme, a subject, or a genre you want to lean towards. Now, if you touch other genres, that's okay too. But I think you should start with a main one. There should be a beginning, middle, and ending, or some semblance of that. The writing seemed to be going one way, then went another way. The writing told of characters with different personalities, then three-quarters of the cast disappeared, and so did everything else. It was wishy-washy writing and should not be a contender in this category, in my opinion. It just seemed like instead of going somewhere with it, at some point they were running out of film, out of time, and just decided to go another route, in my opinion. But I don't know. Let's move on. The next nomination for writing original screenplay is The Banshees of Inisherin. This was a very well written story. It was also a very original story that kept my attention. But in the end, the story was just too simple. I also think that the acting and the chemistry in this movie kept it interesting. The story was original, but not very captivating, even with the darkness. I think it was more about the acting for me in this movie than the writing. So, yeah. So, why I definitely see why it was a contender in this category. I'm not sure it should be the winner. The next nomination for writing original screenplay is The Fablemans. The writing of this screenplay was very well done. It is very personal and touching. It is a very personal and touching story. In a way, it is simplistic like the Banshees, but the whole story can't be told properly without complications. The complications make the movie stand out in a very good way. So, yeah, this is definitely a contender for me. I understand why it's in this category. I also understand why it's definitely a top contender. Okay, so the next one is, or the next nomination is Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is an old story of a dysfunctional family told in a very different and original way. It's like The Body Snatchers meets Pulp Fiction meets The Matrix meets The Forbidden Kingdom. And they all came together. It's such a great movie that I don't know how any other movie could take its place as the winner. It's just such a great movie, for all the right reasons. So I loved it, and it should definitely be in this category. It should definitely win this category. But before I go too far, let me keep going. It definitely surpasses the Fablemans with that extra element of multi dimensions that somehow ends up meshing together. All right, so I'm not done. There's one more nomination for writing original screenplay, and it is Tar. The movie was not well written, mainly because it is too detailed with meaningless scenes and information, but it does not do enough to give the needed resolutions or related meaning to the movie. And this is the connection that the movie makes with the viewers. In my opinion, unless you are a fan of music in that way, musical composers, musical conductors, I don't think you're going to find a connection. Sure, there was things in it about the Me Too movement, and a person taking advantage of their position. So there was that, but there was too much of the other that just made it a disconnect. Okay, so should it have been a contender? Sure, because it is a very original story. I had never seen it portrayed in a movie before. So in the fact that it is a movie about a conductor of music, but as far as it being a person in a position of power, taking advantage of that position, and then at some point being uh, brought down. Well, sure, that's there. That element is there, and there have been quite a few movies as of late that have shown that. And I think they tried to do it in a more original way this way by making it a female that was going through these situations. I get that. It just didn't come through as well as it should have, and it definitely didn't make the connection for me. So I already gave you who I thought my winner should be, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I gave you my reasons. So if you disagree or agree, let me know at the bottom of the screen. I really enjoyed doing this and watching all of the movies, even the ones that I didn't care for. You know, I like having a mixed bag. So I appreciate it. I hope you get to see some of these movies yourself. And I hope you enjoyed watching the Oscars on Sunday, the 12th of March. Have a great day, everyone, and I hope to see you next time.